Hello.
Hello, hello.
Welcome everyone and welcome my beautiful friend and mentor Lozzie.
Hi.
Cutie. So she's going to be joining us today as well. So we are just going to do a quick video. I would love for you girls and guys to get to know Loz a little bit more and why she said yes to this crazy adventure that we are both a part of and have been a part of for quite a few years now. That's how we met. So I've got my phone here. I've got a few questions I'm going to ask Lozzie. So take a seat and let's get started. So Loz, I would love for you to tell everyone a little bit about you. Like, who is Lauren Kerr? Like, what are you most passionate about? What do you love most? And yeah, how did you become who you are today?
Oh, such a big question. So I've always been really passionate about helping people. I was drawn to holistic health and I love psychology. So I studied psychology at university and then did that for 4 years, graduated with my honours, did my thesis, and then ended up working in child protection. I just knew that I really wanted a job that was emotionally rewarding. It was a good place to start. And I think what I learnt from working in that job was that there's got to be a lot more resources and support and education around people with their health before they get into trauma or before they get in crisis. So around learning how to deal with emotions, learning about self-worth, learning about how to healthily regulate emotions so you don't end up in domestic violent relationships where you can break a cycle, where you don't need alcohol or substances to regulate your emotions. So I knew I wanted to help people, but I realized that child protection wasn't the vehicle in order for me to do that. I really wanted to work with people at the other end of the spectrum. So from there, I pivoted and started doing life coaching. So I really liked that positive strength-based practice. And I had a blog and I was doing life coaching on the side. And it's just, when you're a one-man band, it's exhausting and you don't really know what to do. So you're kind of doing all these things and you're trying to build programs and you're trying to promote yourself and you're trying to learn like how do you run a business.
Yeah.
And I just didn't really know what I was doing. So that was 5 years ago. And then I stumbled across some girls online and I met Shani and we had this vision of creating a holistic health program where we could educate women on all different aspects of health and all different health professionals or health advocates could come together and share their expertise, because I don't know everything. Like I said, I'm really passionate about psychology and mental health and mindsets. That's kind of what I love, but I really wanted to be able to bring a more holistic preventative approach to just health and well-being and happiness. So that's kind of what's transpired over the last 5 years, and that's what I'm about. I really just like empowering women with community, having awesome people around them, showing them how to create a life that they love, whether it's with money, it's with jobs, it's a lifestyle thing, but also just showing women how to be happy and healthy. And it doesn't have to be, it can actually just be getting back to basics. Actually can be really simple, but I think a lot of women just need the support, they need the community, they need programs in order to do that. So that's what I'm about and that's what drives me.
And so how did you come across Babes in Business? Was it a post online or did you know someone?
Well, it wasn't actually Babes in Business, and we created it. So it was Shani, my girlfriend who we do the business with. She had a vision of creating a holistic health program. She hadn't started it yet, and she did a post online saying like, this is my vision, I'm looking for women to collaborate who are passionate about holistic health, want to work online, whether you've already got an existing business or want to get into business, whether you've got a blog, whether you just want to be paid to just share the mission and the message. And a mutual friend tagged me in that post, and it was so funny because I'd never met Shani before. She took me out for a breakfast and it's so crazy to think she's now one of my best friends, and we've got a couple of businesses together, and it literally stemmed from somebody just knowing we had a mutual interest in health and helping people and wanting to work online, because travel and freedom and flexibility is a big value of mine. And it kind of transpired from there.
Love that. And so what was, just kind of briefly, I'd love to know what life was like prior to kind of stepping out in faith and taking on like a different avenue of helping people with health, but online, and having more time freedom and the ability to travel more. What was life like prior to this?
So different. I think because you're groomed to think you've got to work and live in a certain way. So I thought I had to go to university, get a degree, and then spend the next 50 years working my way up a corporate ladder. So that's what child protection is. It was 50-hour weeks, 2 to 3 hours in a commute, depending what the traffic's like on the M1 on the way to Brisbane. It was an emotionally rewarding job, but also a very emotionally draining job where I really struggled to keep work at work. And I kind of felt like I was giving all of myself, but not doing anything well. Like I felt like at work I was very emotional, and I felt very stuck working in a system knowing that I wanted to make changes. And there's so much you can't do with all the red tape in government. Yeah. And just seeing how broken the system was, and sometimes you want more for your clients than they want for themselves, because child protection clients are court ordered. They're not people who generally want your help being happier or healthier. They're doing it because the court has ordered them to. So there's always that constant resistance there, feeling like you're giving everything, and it's just always met with like abuse and not gratitude. So I felt like I was kind of not enjoying that, but then I was coming home so emotionally and physically just exhausted. So I wasn't moving my body, because I feel like I didn't have time to leave at like 6:30 in the morning to get home from work. I come home at 7, cook dinner. It was dark. I missed gym classes. I missed dancing. I couldn't do yoga. And then because I was just like so like sluggish, I didn't have the best of me to give to my partner either. So I kind of felt like I was failing there. And then because of what was happening at work, I felt it really hard to connect with friends and family, because their problems just seemed so trivial to what other people were facing in my day-to-day. So and then on weekends, because I didn't do anything for myself throughout the week, I felt like the weekend was like, quick, do the groceries, clean the house, got the pigsty, because I haven't had a chance to, in order to do it again on Monday. So it just felt like I was doing the same day, the same week. And the thought of doing that for the next 50 years of my life made me feel like trapped.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I feel like so many people would be able to relate to you. Like a lot of people do think that maybe it is the norm to commute or go to a job that maybe they like, or they're not fully passionate about. They know that they have more to offer, or there is other avenues that they want to take, but they don't really know where to start. And that's what I love so much about Babes in Business. But I love that you've also gone, you love the life coaching, so you went in that avenue first. And I'd love to know how you integrate the both. Like obviously we have a beautiful online program that we help our clients through, but you've also got your skills in the life coaching side. So how do you integrate the both?
Yeah, it's just like any business. Like most coaches have different programs and services they offer. So I've got high-end like life and mindset coaching. So I still do my privates. I still got a life coaching program and course that my clients can go through, whether they're in business or not in business, or corporate, or just generally want help up leveling in their mindset. But then there's another program I offer in my business, which is a holistic health program, which is a different price point. It's for women who just generally want a community. They want an online program that helps them not just with mindset, but with like yoga, workouts, meditations, moon tracking, recipes, goal setting, community, accountability, for less than a cup of tea a day. So they're different services, the different price points. And depending on who I want, like different people are going to opt in. They're looking for different things. So, and it's good. I think the cool thing about Babes in Business is not only have I got a cool program that I can offer my clients, which gives them so much value that I couldn't by myself, because I'm not a yoga teacher. I'm not a nutritionalist. I can't teach them about their hormones. They have access to all those health professionals through that program. But what I also love about having that program is I also have access to all those resources for my own business. So having the Health Style Emporium and Babes in Business there has showed me how to market myself, and it's constantly given me content to post about, and it's taught me how to build a presence and a following online. Oh, she's open. You're like, what's that noise? I've learnt so much from that community, and it just makes, as much as I am my own boss and I get to work on my own terms, and I've got the freedom to be innovative, I'm no longer doing it by myself. So I love that I've got women that I'm working with, and we share ideas, or we collaborate together. It's just a collaborative platform and a collaborative business model that just makes it so much more fun and rewarding and saves you so much time. It's just a smarter way of doing business, let alone 100%. A more fun way of doing it too.
Yes, it is. And I know there would be quite a few things, but if you could say like your top 2 favorite things about what we do online and what you love like most about Babes in Business, what would they be?
My favorite is honestly the community. It's like, I'm someone who just I love DNMs. I want to talk about meaning and purpose and faith and goal setting and money, and it's hard to find people who have the same passions as you, just in the way you've grown up. So it's really cool. This business has brought girls into my life who have the same values, have the same passions. And it doesn't mean that your friends or family are wrong. Like, you just have different values and passions. So it's really cool having a whole group of girls that are very similar to me. So I love bouncing ideas and working together in that space and being able to talk about things that other people might not just be there. That's not what they're passionate about. And my second thing is just the mission. Like, I don't know any other program out there that offers the amount of value that we do for like less than $3 a day. Which is all about like education and holistic and preventative health. I think a lot of people, when they make health so complicated and it's in a too hard basket, they think I'm going to do all these things. And I love that ours is just about taking it back to basics and coming from a place of self-love and nourishing your body with whole foods and slowing down and doing what feels good and like delving into spirituality if that's your thing, or maybe trying some workouts from home. So really just simplifying health and showing women how they can put themselves and their health and happiness first again with just small, sustainable, healthy lifestyle choices. So yeah, I think that the world needs more of that. So we don't end up having what we have later on in life with the health crisis that we're in.
All about preventative measures. And I love that, it is the whole package, and it's all about longevity. We see so many of those fad diets and things like that. And anybody can be a part of our program, and it's going to help them make those small, sustainable changes that we all want. Like, I don't want results for just 12 weeks. I want them for my whole life. So I love that as well. Yay. Now we're nearly finished, but I do want to pick your brain a little bit, and I would love for you to give some of your tips to people that might resonate with your story, Loz, like whether they're a health professional or they're in a job like you were, or they're really curious about what Babes in Business is, or they're sitting on the fence but a little bit nervous to reach out and be like, hey, like I want some more information. What would be your top few pieces of advice?
First one is just know there's no such thing as a silly question, and just ask. Like, if this is resonating with you on some level, you can hear her snoring.
Oh my God.
She's snoring like a little piglet. If this is resonating with you on any level, if it's got your interest, if it's like pulling on your heartstrings, just reach out and get your questions answered, because a lot of people, they just don't understand unless they one piece of the picture and they think this isn't for them, or I can't do this. And if you never ask, you never know. So there's no harm in asking. Like, we've got a webinar which is broken up into 3 10-minute videos, which kind of gives you a sneak peek into the program. You hear from other women of why they said yes, this is what it's been for them, because for a lot of different women it's a lot of different things. For some it's a passion project, for some it's a smart second income, for some it's a retirement fund, some of them it's a saving for a wedding or a house deposit. For some of us it's a part-time thing, and for Kira and myself it ends up being a full-time income. So you get to do it at your own pace and at your own, like, if you want it to be big or small. So I think just know there's no such thing as a silly question. Just ask. I wouldn't just watch for another 12 months and be like, oh shit, like it's still there. Like, it might be the same position. It might be for you, it might not be, but if you don't ask, you never know. Second thing is, don't take advice from broke, unhappy people.
Ooh, that's good.
A lot of us give too much weight to opinions from people who aren't showing up in the way we want to show up. Like, too often we take advice from people who don't have relationships that we aspire to have, aren't living lifestyles that we aspire to live, don't have careers that we want, just aren't showing up in the world or having the impact that we want, but yet we tell them what to do. Like, they give an opinion and we listen to it, we let that deter us from going after what we want. So I think whether it's this or just something in general, if you're not happy in your job, find someone who's done what you want, or showing up in the world that you want to show up, or has created what you want to create, and see if they're open for mentorship, or just ask them how they got there. So I know for me personally, when I came across this business, like, there's a lot of people who had lots of different opinions, but they weren't people I inspired to be like. So I was like, you know what, these girls have the flexibility I want. They're lit up and passionate, and I want to be lit up and passionate. They get to travel, they're contributing, they're making a difference, they're educating. I want to know what they're doing. So yeah, just take advice from people who have done what you want to do. I think that would be my second one. And my third one is just that you've got nothing to lose, really.
You don't.
this, and as you know, if you don't know much about our business model, that it's only an investment of $165 in Australia, 50 US, 50 pounds in UK.
No contract,
no cancellation fees. The amount of support, mentorship, personal development, marketing, resources, training, everything that's given to you, like
ridiculous.
The worst thing that's going to happen is you get healthier and happier yourself. That's worst case scenario. The best thing that happen is that your life might completely change. You might make a little bit of money, a lot of money. You might meet some of your best friends. You get to travel. You get to create a lifestyle that you want. When you have kids, you don't have to worry about putting them in daycare. When you've got family overseas, like I do, don't have to worry about saying no to trips. Like I can still visit all my family who are scattered everywhere. Yeah, no stressing about annual leave. So when I said yes to this business, I definitely didn't know what I was saying yes to. I just knew I wanted more fun and like, what have I got to lose? But hand on my heart, it's been the best decision I've ever made. So I think if it's resonating with you, just get your questions answered, and just ask yourself, what have you got to lose and what have you got to gain?
So cool. Thank you so much. I feel totally inspired after listening to you, and I so appreciate your time, and I'm so grateful for everything that you have done in my life as well. So I hope that inspired you. I hope that encouraged you to take a chance in your life as well. If you did resonate with Lozzie's story, let us know. Or if you know someone that might as well, make sure that you share this with them. But we hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for our next interview. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Oh, that was